sledgehammer, work gloves, lots of sweat, hopefully some cool weather. But it's gonna be awful. Let me see if you guys have plans for the weekend. Drop it in chat. We want to see who has the best plans, because I know it's not me. I'm not coming in anywhere near in the top 5. Oh man, let's see.
You're going from concrete to yard work.
Yes, it's gonna be awful. I'm gonna be just ibuprofen all weekends trying to get my back in good shape. I will tell you, just side note, swinging a sledgehammer in a garage with an 8-foot ceiling does not work, because the sledgehammer right at the top, when the heavy hammer's right over your head, it hits that big beam, and then it wants to come straight down. And I barely didn't end up in the hospital after I just about knocked myself out with a sledgehammer. So I'll have to change my technique a little bit.
That's not OSHA approved.
No, don't tell them, or else they'd shut me down in a heartbeat. Let's see. I don't see anyone who has any better plans than me, though. I might take the cake just for me. Oh, let's see. Jim Bob says he's going to repair original Xboxes. Mangy Coyote says disc golf, and disc golf. Probably in that order, if I'm not mistaken.
I used to play a bunch myself.
That sounds like fun. My son's into it, and I love a little bit of frisbee, but I'm not super good on aiming the discs on disc golf. Let's see. So I think watching you clean. This is First Lady, by the way. Watching you cleaning and dog sitting. That ranks right up there. Other than the watching me part, watching us is good, but cleaning and dog sitting ranks up there with the sledgehammer. I think that would be not super high on everybody's list, the cleaning and dog cleaning. Unless, I mean, some people like to clean. I like to have a clean house, but actually doing the cleaning is not my favorite.
I like something clean, but I don't like to do it. The dog sit, though, it depends on the dog. We dog sit actually every once in a while. A puppy dog named Coda, and he's awesome. And one of our dogs is like his best pal, so it's awesome.
That's cool. Tony Fortune says he's going to make lots of money. Bed rest for Lori, unfortunately. True Celtic Mutt up in Virginia says live stream and video games. That's pretty good. I don't know, which is your favorite out of all these?
I got to go with Mangy on the disc golf. I haven't done it in a long time, actually. Funny story on that one. My roommate at the time was nearly semi-professional, and I made fun of him all the time because at that point in time, I was a golf professional. And so I made fun of him, and then in comes a winter where neither one of us got to travel home to family, so he took me out there, was addicted, hundreds of dollars in discs and the backpack and the gear and all that, and it is so much fun, and I met a lot of really cool people. I haven't actually played in a while. I still have all my stuff, but that actually sounds like a lot of fun.
I would love to do it. I don't know what the codes are on the Frisbees. I know if you look at the numbers, it'll tell you like how it's going to fly and everything. I've never been able to get the same Frisbee or disc. I shouldn't call it a Frisbee. They'd ban me from the course if I called it a Frisbee. But I never get the disc to fly the same twice. It's always just how far do I veer off to the left or right.
Yeah, there's definitely an art to it. Absolutely. The guys that throw them well, guys and gals, they definitely know what they're doing. It's a lot of fun. And my brother ended up getting hooked up on it. He plays now too. He travels a lot. So small little backpack with a few discs, and he just hits local disc golf courses wherever he goes.
They're all over the place too. I mean, just almost every community has one. It's like a pickleball court. You just drive around. There's one. There's a little place to play. Let's see.
Yeah.
Mary Kay says playing in a pool tournament. Creative B says no hockey game for me this weekend. Dog sitting while parents are out of town for Ritz. Going to watch on the big screen now and chill, says Kathy. Cutting firewood to stay in my present location, says Mac. Apparently it's cold and you need some wood to stay warm. That's not fun. That's right up there with sledgehammering. I hear you. Only, less rock chips in your eyes. Dog sitting is fun, says Ritz. Let's see. Do you see anything else in there that I missed?
No, but I have to. So Bite Me says the proper name is Frisbee in capitals. Actually, for avid disc golfers, if you walk up to a disc golf course and you say Frisbee, you will get shunned and booted off the course because they call them discs. I learned that the hard way because I walked up and said Frisbee and it didn't go well. Of course, it probably varies in region, depending on where you're from. But I think Bite Me, I know where you're at. Go to the local disc golf course tomorrow and yell Frisbee and get back to us on Monday. Let's see. And report back. It's Steve.
I grew up playing with the Frisbee. I mean, everyone knows the Frisbee, the shape of the Frisbee. We'd call it Ultimate, which I guess even they refer to it now as a disc because Frisbee is a brand name. It's like Kleenex is to tissue, like Frisbee is to discs something. Ultimate disc, yeah, whatever.
Q-tip to cotton swab. Yeah, we could go down that forever.
I'm better at flying a kite than a Frisbee, says Mary Murphy. I love flying kites. That is awesome. Y'all obviously never worked with raptors, says Mississippi Raptors or Reptiles, or you would have picked that. Well, Mississippi Raptors or Reptiles, you might like today's show. You just might.
Stay till the end.
Yeah. Are you going to eat the Oreo with pickles? Yes, they're right here. They're cold. I ran literally right before we rolled the music. I was running to get milk out of the fridge because I need milk with Oreos. And now I have milk and pickles, which I'm, didn't think that through. Very good. But those two don't go together. But I'm out of water. I drank it all during the live stream. So, oh man. Okay, so we're going to go with the disc golf as the winner here. So congratulations. That's a good one. Any other plans for the weekend? What are you going to do with the watch?
Well, so we've got cool temperatures and rain tomorrow, so I won't be riding the new motorcycle. You've seen pictures that arrived this week. I've gotten to take it out once so far.
I thought he said, I've gotten a ticket. Is that what you guys heard? I've gotten a ticket?
No.
No, you've gotten to take it out. Okay, that's...
Take it out. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Sunday warms up. It's going to be great, but the afternoon, which... Those in chat who know me, I'm actually kind of excited. The severe weather threat is in effect for my location, as well as chunks of Oklahoma and Kansas for Sunday afternoon. So we'll kind of see what happens. If everything's cleared up and it's nice, I might try to play a little bit of golf on Sunday morning. But otherwise, it's a good time for me to get some house chores and laundry and things like that. But are you going to keep on the concrete work on this weekend?
I hope
outside of yard work.
In my head, I envision myself getting done in about 30 minutes Saturday morning. In reality, it's going to be late Saturday night. I'm still out there. I've got to not only break the concrete, but I have to dig and find a sewer line, because when they mark your lines here, they just mark where it is in the street, and then you have to just guess where it is between the street and the house. And I've got about a 30-foot wide section. I might have to jig like a 4-foot deep hole by hand in the middle of my driveway in an 18-inch wide trench. And so, yeah, I'm going to be, if I live through this weekend, it's going to be good. But I don't think I'm going to do much fun.
It sounds like a Murdaugh trial length prediction to me, if I've ever heard one.
Yeah.
It's
going to be bad. Nobody's going
real
anywhere.
Fast.
No one's going anywhere. The kite photography, I saw Myra was doing lots of writing while soaking on a boat, soaking in the sun. There's a little bit of getting out and about. That looks like fun.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Yeah, two quick things. Adam Nusky, hoping to photograph eagles, but we'll see. Flood our local river.
That's awesome.
Stay tuned for the show to the very end. Adam, you're going to be very excited. And Adam actually might be able to take over that segment, potentially. Nice. And then Debbie says, my chunk of Oklahoma, ? For the weather. Yes. Yes, Debbie. Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening.
Stay safe, Debbie. That's not fun. It's fun for Weather Watch. As a weather watcher, it's exciting, but at the same time, it's not exciting for the people who get to experience it.
Right.
I guess it's
so nobody's traveling anywhere.
Yeah, we're all staying at home.
All right. Well, that might be a good thing, I guess, because in our first story of the evening, there's a gentleman, Mr. Weber. From what I understand, I don't follow him. I found the story and it seemed intriguing, but apparently he's a politician based out of California, but he's also an avid photographer. So based out of LA, he's going to take a flight up to Alaska to start kind of a nationwide trip for photography. and he decides to, which is kind of funny to me. He goes to the Apple store and gets some Apple AirTags, and hopefully most are familiar with those. That's a little GPS tracker tag you can put on or in certain things, sync to your phone, and then you can track wherever they go. So he puts them all in his luggage. What I don't understand is he put it in his camera bag. Why? And Scott, you're a tech guy.
Yeah.
Would you ever check your camera bag, or would you carry that on?
Oh my goodness! If you could pry it out of my cold dead hands, maybe you could check it for me. But that's one of those things. I would check my kids before I checked my camera bag.
That's. Oh, jeez.
Don't
I thought
tell
we were
Mrs.
gonna.
RA.
I thought we were gonna keep the show
No,
light.
I wouldn't check either of them. Those are things I want with me at all times.
That's where my thought went, right? So he takes his trip. He gets to Anchorage, Alaska. His checked luggage doesn't get spit out. So he goes through the appropriate steps with the counter and customer service and all that to try to find, hey, where's my luggage? No one can find it. There's no answers. I'm sure a lot of people watching the show have been there, lost luggage. Sadly, it's all the time. So then he goes, oh, my AirTags. So he pulls them up and he finds them not too terribly far in the city of Anchorage where he's landed. Shows where his camera bag, his main luggage, where everything is. So he takes to Twitter and says, hey, tweets at United, would you mind helping me get my luggage back from this location, and post the picture of basically it's Google Earth, if you will, showing where his luggage is.
Oh my goodness.
So obviously everyone's like, oh my gosh. United tweets back and says, we'll look into it. Not like a DM of, hey, who are you? What was your flight number, et cetera, et cetera. No, we'll look into it. So a few days go by, and then it triggered the airport police to look into it and start investigating. So long story short, because of his AirTags, the police found it in an adjacent neighborhood in a garage with other passengers from prior flights, stolen equipment.
Oh, man.
And then United says, well, it's not our fault. We don't have that address listed amongst our employee directory. Well, the police asked two questions, and it's the guy had been staying with his family, and he comes home and stealing stuff. So then it's even better. His excuse to the police was these were loose items that had fallen out of luggage in the cargo bay that I gathered and was going to eventually return to the airport.
I'm the good Samaritan here. I'm the winner. I'm the hero in this story.
Robin Hood.
You're only seeing the ones I haven't been able to return yet. I've got thousands of happy customers as I've returned bags all over the country that fell out in the cargo bay. Oh my goodness.
So Mr. Weber gives an update of, well, that story was true. You would have to unzip this compartment with this and this and this to then have my stuff loosely laying out in a cargo bin, which is not the case. So anyways, he put an update on Twitter I had saw when I logged back in. It's everything's home and everything's there. And United is going to continue their investigation, cooperating with local law enforcement in Anchorage. So I'm sure that guy's sitting in jail as we talk right now.
Or at least on unpaid leave. Just get him out of the cargo bay of the next plane. That's right. Absolutely crazy. CG in Texas, thank you for the super chat. It's okay that you're late. You're here now. It counts. Appreciate that. That is bizarre. Man, I can't remember the last time I've lost luggage on a trip. I remember.
So go ahead.
I remember as a kid we flew to Norway. I've got ancestry in Norway, so I've got some ancestors over there. Some extended family that I'd never met before. We flew to Norway. And I don't know where it was, St. Louis, one of the big airports across the country. We had this layover, and it's, of course, my mom with eight kids at the time, I think it was, because my dad was on a different work schedule and everything. So we're sitting there in the airport, or maybe he was with us. I don't recall at that time. One of the ways we're sitting there in the airport and we're watching out the window. There's not much to see at the airport except for little cars driving around, pulling little trailers and loading stuff, and planes moving around on the tarmac. And we see this conveyor belt that comes out of the side of the building and then turns and drops down at an angle, and then ends 6 feet off in the air. And we're sitting there watching, and all of a sudden it starts running. We're like, oh, the conveyor belt started.
Oh, no.
I'm like, huh, what's that? And then we start seeing bags come out. I'm like, there's nothing at the bottom. This is going to just get to the bottom and drop. And then we look closer and we're like, those are our bags. Those are our bags. And we watched our bags just go boom, just into a pile. It just was like building up at the bottom. And then somebody eventually came and loaded them up and hauled them off. And I'm like, now I know why everything's broken and everything's shuffled around. This is before TSA like rummaged through all your belongings. But our bags just, yeah, it was bad. So I guess that was, I didn't lose the luggage, but at least, I did see.
No, they just broke it.
Yeah.
Luggage high dive.
Yeah, really. Well, Thomas, if I was not breaking concrete this weekend, I'd be out metal detecting. I think I would. I did it last weekend. Had a lot of fun. It was great. Didn't find a lot, but actually, this week LW sent a story that he saw in the news, or she. I don't know. LW sent a story on the burner phone, so I don't know who it was. But he sent a story about a metal detectorist who's suing the federal government, the FBI specifically, because he says, I've done all this research about a shipment of Civil War gold. And we're not talking like a bag of gold. We're talking hundreds of millions, today's value, in gold from like 1863 time period that went missing. And he says, I think I've located it. Here's the property. And he goes to the federal government saying, hey, can you help me? Let's work this out so we can, excavate this and find out where this gold is. I've done some tests. We've got this ground penetrating radar and everything that shows.
Heather Barnett just sent a super sticker with 1.99.
Thank you, Heather Barnett. Appreciate that. But he says we've done all this work to see when we can see something down there. We know it's there. We know it looks like precious metal. It's responding the way precious metal would. And he gives it to the FBI, and they said, we'll look into it. And then they close off the area. They won't let him in at all. Heavy machinery goes in. Bunch of guys, lots of noise, nighttime digs. They won't let him see anything, and then they leave and they say we didn't find anything. Right? Nothing. Zero. And now he's suing, and he's saying, I bet you did find it, and you just cheated me out of my finder's fee. And which would be a ton, we're talking millions of dollars. Typically they give like a 10% finder's fee or something like that in that scenario. And so he's got a judge who's sympathetic to his cause and is ordering the FBI to release documents. And the FBI has released some, which basically admits that they were digging. This isn't like a conspiracy theory where some guys say, I think, black helicopters or whatever. No, they've got records from the FBI that they were actually digging there. And now he says, I want the actual dig plan. The FBI says, we don't want to give you that. And the judge, it sounds like he's about to order them to release all the data, which, this guy may have discovered the lost, in the metal detecting world, this is like what would it be called? The Holy Grail.
The Titanic.
Yeah, it's like the Titanic, the Holy Grail. It's like, this is the one you want to find. And he may have discovered it, and the FBI just speared it away in the middle of the night. So it was crazy.
What would you do in that scenario? Since you're a big metal detectorist, what do you call the person? You're not a metal detector. You're a
right.
You're a recovery addict. That's what you are. So, what would you do in that situation?
Here's what I would do. You can't just say, oh, I'll just hide it, we'll take it home, we'll split it. You're going to get caught. You're going to get busted. It is a crime. Okay. Right. When you have an artifact that old and is considered artifacts when it's over a certain years, we've got the antiquities law that comes into play. The only thing you can do is just play above board and play straight and call the right people and hope that you are compensated for, the work and effort that you put in to help bring this about. And generally that happens, that works well. It's a little better for people over in England. The process is easier for metal detectorists to be compensated. Like when they find something, they have to report it to they have like all these officers, things called the FLO or something. They have to report it to the fines person, and they say, yes, is it treasure? No, it's not treasure. And if it is treasure, it's offered to a museum. And if the museum buys it, then the detectorist gets a portion, as does the landowner. And so there's an incentive there to participate, and then the item also would most likely be on display somewhere. So I think that's what I do. Plus, if I found $200 million worth of gold, $10 million is enough for me. A finder's fee is probably enough. I'm not going to be like, I wish I had all 200 million. I think I'd do the right thing. I like to think I would.
You could just loan it to Alex Murdoch.
I could steal it.
I see a handful or half dozen luggage stories in chat. Miss Chris saying, my husband's luggage was delayed this week from France. He came home Sunday and his bag arrived on Tuesday.
Hopefully he had clothes
Hopefully
at
the
many
phone
different
charger.
locations.
Yeah, exactly.
Phone charger has to come with him. Let's see, Lori, not luggage, but she got stuck in a tunnel for 12 hours in Germany on a train. Oh, that's awful.
That's painful.
CG, do you see this one up higher?
Yes, this is a good one. American Airlines lost my luggage only once, but it was when I was flying home from Seattle for Halloween, dressed as Elvira. Met my boyfriend's parents for his class reunion in a costume and 5-inch stilettos.
Oh, my goodness. I love it.
That is a great one.
Hopefully there are pictures, CG. That would be amazing. Oh, my goodness. I think you win on that one. That is a great story, CG.
That's definitely a winner.
Oh,
Let's see. King of California's a good movie. Let's see if anyone's got a...
I missed something. Why is Thomas wearing a hard hat? It's not a hard hat. It's a... it's probably my resolution because he's going through like Zoom and then through my switcher, which sort of like lowers the resolution a little bit. It probably looks better on my end. It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
But he is hatted today.
It's not a hard hat. It's a hard head.
Man.
Also, T-Rex laughing at CG. So CG in Texas, the winner with that luggage story.
Definitely. CG, that is amazing. Thank you for sharing that. That is funny.
Speaking of Texas, it brings me to another story. Now, I live in Texas myself, so I find this story actually pretty funny. This takes us down to Austin, Texas, the capital. So a gentleman named Chris, he's asleep, and anyone might be able to relate to this that lives in city limits with traffic and noise and things around you. So Chris goes to sleep, and about 2:30 in the morning, he thinks a bomb in an airplane hits his house. Only to wake up to find that there's a vehicle in his guest room.
I'm guessing that shouldn't have been there.
He didn't put it there. Somebody else did.
Oh man, this is scary. I've been around. I've seen one of these actually. I've got too many. I could tell you car accident stories forever, but the vehicle into the house, the vehicle into the stores, it scares the daylights out of me. That's like my worst fear. I could never own a house at the bottom of a hill for that reason, because I'm worried that someone's going to lose their brakes and I'm going to be their backstop when their car comes down.
And you're their bumper stop. Myra, thanks for the super chat, $4.99. Thanks for being here, guys. Also, RA, why are you outside? And I've seen another comment that says, has Mrs. RA kicked you out?
Well, after that last comment about checking my kids in the luggage, it looks like I'm going to be sleeping on the couch tonight.
You're out of here.
I am outside. Let me show you just briefly.
It's so pretty.
I'm not sure which way to go so I can get out of the picture here. How about this? This was a byproduct of a year-long project I actually undertook that went nowhere. I did something every day for a year, sometimes multiple times a day. I took a picture of these 3 trees multiple times a day: sunset, sunrise, middle of the day, during storms, during fog, you name it. I took pictures and I posted it on Instagram. I called the account These 3 Trees. And I think I got like 6 people that followed it, and most of them were family, and nobody was interested in it. But I've got these amazing pictures of 3 trees, which I thought was really cool. I just thought, following, you've got one really old dead tree, one live tree, and one, you've got this whole evergreen, deciduous, and a dead tree with the sunset and the sunrise and the fog, and it was really cool. So I've got all these pictures of trees. So I mean, I could share pictures of trees for days, and every single one's different. Sometimes it's nighttime with stars out and the moon. Sometimes the sun's behind the tree or shining through the hole in the dead tree. I've just got a whole range of it. But that's why I'm outside today.
Well, I could see why that took a year, because you found a way for 25 minutes the sun not to fall a single degree any further. So it's tricky.
It's slow in this part of the world. Everything goes a little slower in eastern North Carolina.
So back to Chris in Austin, Texas. Boom, car hits his house. It's in his guest room. Obviously, he's waking up and he comes to and he sees the commotion. So he goes to try to help assist the driver to get out, but he can't through all the rubble because it's a brick home, so all that's thrown inward. Emergency services get there. They find a way to get him out and get the driver going. That's not the point of the story. The point of the story is 5 days later, the city of Austin, Texas, issues him a warning for city violations of having no window and a hole in your house.
Because that's against the rules. You can't do that.
30 days to fix it, or it's a $2,000 fine per violation per day after.
Oh my goodness. This is
It's like I had a car in my house. Can you throw me a bone?
You unwittingly have hit on something that's a pet peeve of mine.
HOAs.
Oh my goodness, I could never live in an HOA. I never could. But worse than that is the city code enforcement. I'm going to tell a story, and maybe you might think less of me when I'm done with this. But I lived in a little house in a previous state where out on between my yard and the street there was a sidewalk, and then there was a little, what we call it, a park strip, right? It's a little strip of grass, and then the curb. And in the strip of grass we had 2 trees. We had an apple tree and a pear tree. And the trees were fairly young. They were like both dwarf trees, so they weren't ever going to get really big. And, we sort of kept them pruned a little bit, but sometimes they'd like encroach a little bit on the sidewalk, and sometimes they'd lean a little bit over the road. And someone in my neighborhood who, didn't have the guts to come up and knock on my door and say, hey, this is a problem, can you fix it? Called and reported it to the city. So out comes Mr. Code Enforcement, the cop that's not a cop guy in the lookalike cop car.
Yeah.
And
Paul Blart,
tapes to my door, my code enforcement warning, this is in violation. You have, I think it was like 7 days to fix it. And basically they're saying that I had to prune the trees so they were in line. So like if there was a laser that went up on the edge of the sidewalk and the edge of the curb, it could only be over where the grass was. That was it. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. First of all, I'm fine with cutting the trees, okay? Not a problem. But the fact that somebody didn't come to me and just say, hey, can you cut your trees? It's a problem walking on the sidewalk or something. That's how I would have handled it. Yeah. So here's why I deviated into something that's not, really proud of. I shouldn't be, but I still smile when I say it. I complied. I took my hedge trimmer out there and my tree loppers, and I shaped my trees. And first I made them, so the front and the back were perfectly in compliance. And then I started carving them into shapes, letters specifically. And I carved the one on the left into an F and the one on the right into a U. And if you sit from the road, it looks at it, it says FU on the trees, which means fed up. That's what it stands for. I know you were wondering, right? I was fed up with it. And so I carved my trees into these letters to show that I was fed up. And I was fully in compliance. The guy came by and said, yep, it's good. And I took a picture of it. I posted it on the neighborhood Facebook page. And to whoever thought it was, that my trees were, their problem. Thanks for not talking to me. Here's a picture of it being in full compliance. And
is this better?
Yeah. I probably could have handled that better. I think that's as close to angry as I've been in a lot of years. I was so frustrated. But I may share those pictures sometime, maybe on this stream. I don't think I'd share it in my live stream during the day, but
I think that's a must. I think people in chat, throw up a thumbs up if you want to see this picture. Let's see how many thumbs up we can get in the chat if we want Scott to post that picture on an upcoming episode. I think that's a must. That would be awesome. Oh man.
The funniest part about that is afterwards on Facebook, the county sheriff who I had known, responded, said, "This is the funniest thing I've ever read, ever." And he came by and wanted to look at it. He's taking pictures. It was just like, this is great. So anyway, we sold the house with the trees still in that shape. And if you don't look at it from straight on, you can't tell. It just looks like the trees are like a little weird, because they're not really filled in right. But if you go from the front, it's like the letters just like take shape. It's one of those like hidden puzzles where everything lines up at the right angle, and suddenly it's like, whoa, there it is. We sold the house like that.
A super sticker with 2.99.
We had two super chats. First one, Bite Me, thank you very much, saying I love the background, mountains and earth photos, LOL. And also just got one from Myra. Thank you very much, Myra, with a super sticker. And it looks like a pear to celebrate the pear tree. Thank you, Myra. Appreciate that.
I would love if the new homeowners, they just hired a company to maintain their property. And they're like, yeah, just keep the fruit trees the same way we got them. They're great. And they have no idea. They're just still there and living.
I need to go back and see if the new Google Earth map, because every once in a while they're Google Streets, they drive by and take new pictures of your towns.
Yeah.
I wonder if the new map still has it.
That would be fun to see. So bad news for you, great news for chat. It's a sea of thumbs up. So you're gonna have to share the picture. The people have spoken.
Well, what's coming up next? If you give me just a moment, I might be able to share it tonight. I don't think it would be worth it to share it another night, but maybe tonight while we talked about it, we can do it. Let me see if I can find it.
Okay, that's fair. While you find that, I'll finish. So the city of Austin, the fire department even reached out to the city on behalf of the homeowner. It's like, FYI, this was a big event. The city responds with, oh, it's protocol. We do this after disasters, building fires, commercial, residential. It's just protocol. They did back up with, well, if extensions are needed, then obviously we'll issue them during certain circumstances, just our protocol. So that's kind of where that story ended. And it's a little bit of an older story. I just thought it was funny. Last update I saw said the house repair should be complete by end of February. And the individual driving the vehicle was arrested for DUI, but his insurance is supposed to cover all the house repair. So hopefully a happy ending for that resident. But he said, in quotes, he felt slighted by the city and he felt alone. And he said that's something along the lines, his quote was, this has been home to me for so long and it's feeling less and less and less as I deal with the city. So
yeah, kind
of sad, but like you said, when you go to city ordinance.
Okay, I found the tree picture. I'm gonna move it over here in just a minute. Give me just 5 seconds.
All right, everybody in chat asked for this tree picture, and you're about to see the tree picture.
Hang on 1 second here. This is funny. I remember how frustrated I was when this happened, though. I mean, it was just, I might have been, I guess, seething. Seething might be the right word. While I was trimming these trees, I was thinking probably not nice things about someone at the time. I think that's as close as I can get to the description. Show and finder. Here we go.
T-Rock says, so the DUI turned into the DIY.
Okay. So I'm going to just take it full screen, and you guys tell me how I did on my trimming job. It's right here.
Lori says, drum roll, please.
Oh, I need to switch right here. MP1, MP2, bingo. There it is. It butchered the trees. I cut the heart out of the middle of that tree. The one on the right, the whole middle part, I had to just eliminate. It looks weird. It looks like it comes across on the top. That's actually a third tree in back. That's sort of blurring the picture. It does. Both sides are sort of end level where the light green stops. But that was my response.
Gosh.
And I'll tell you what I said. It might be I've sort of abbreviated a little bit, but let's see. It says, to the anonymous neighbor who complained to the city code enforcement about my fruit trees without mentioning anything to me first. My peach and apple trees are now in compliance with city code as it was explained to me. Pruning these trees this time of this year will probably kill them, but if you're happy with the results, that is obviously all that matters. I've attached pictures of each tree so you can see the new look. It's funny how these trees almost look like the letters F and U. Anyway, I want to thank you for your interest in my property. I've spent thousands of dollars and countless hours improving my home so that it suits my needs. Until today, I was not aware that you held an interest in my property. All these years, I've been paying the mortgage, paying property taxes, and performing repairs at my own expense. Now that I'm aware that you have controlling interest in my little lot, I look forward to you paying your share of the costs associated with the modifications you force on me. Don't worry yourself about buying a stamp to send your payment. Hand delivery is preferred. You know where I live. So a little bit of a passive aggressive.
A little? I don't even know where we go with the show from here.
HOA, don't mess with me. I can never move to where an HOA is. Myra, thank you for the super chat. Says Thomas, when will you be doing something taboo? We might get Thomas to confess to something at some point.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. But how will I top that? You trimmed your trees with the. I mean, you gave them the pin.
Yeah, I did.
And you sacrificed the health of fruit trees to make a point. I don't have anything.
And then I moved. You know, I knew we were sort of moving before then. It wasn't because of that, but it was sort of about that time that we knew we were looking to move. But
I'm gonna have to do something this very weekend to catch up with that to have a story. I can't.
Whatever you do, don't make it illegal. I sort of feel bad because we had neighbors live across the street, and their front window perfectly matched up with the angle you needed to see these trees. And we liked them. I mean, you know, as much as, you know, you like a neighbor that you're not really close with, they weren't like awful people. So I sort of feel bad because I never explained to them anything unless they saw it on Facebook. I'm not sure, but maybe they did. Yeah, I'm a classic passive aggressive, says Rowdy. Not
I'd love to know
ABCD,
how many,
but F into U. Yep, it's like the song goes, right?
That's right. I'd love to know how many pictures of that are out there on random telephones.
I did see people taking pictures.
Naturally,
of my trees. Yeah.
It's like when someone does a really good job during Christmas with the decorations in their house and people drive by it regularly. You did that, but it was year round.
Yeah.
You're just giving back to the community.
I'm going to have to look up, maybe not in the next chat, I'm going to see if Google Earth captured the trees in this state. Obviously, if the leaves were gone, it wouldn't quite look the same. But I was just chuffed. I was impressed that I was able to get the shape and have the leaves be in the right spot. You know, that took a little bit of work. It's not anybody that can prune a tree into the letter F. I mean, that's not like everyone can make an I or an L or something like that. But try something more difficult, like an F or a U even. they're quite difficult. Oh man, I got us completely off the schedule. Sorry about that.
I'll give that a shot in our shrubs out front this weekend and see what Mrs. Weatherwatch has to say.
Yeah, let me know how that goes.
That'll go over great. But all right, let's segue into, for those of you that were here last week, you know we talked about food. And what did we do, Scott? We did our top 3 fast food, right?
Yes. Top 3 fast food.
Which was pretty fun. And we actually had a lot of good feedback from people. We got some text messages to the burner. I got a few from friends and family that watch the show. They enjoyed the food. So we won't do it all the time, but we wanted to kind of stick with it. So top 3 for this Friday night is going to be your top 3 sit-down restaurant, but not 5-star.
I'm too poor to eat at a 5-star restaurant. I think I've done it like once in my life. I went to a Chinese. I think it's 5-star. It's got to be like 4 or 5. I know it's ridiculously expensive, and you have to like order like 2 days in advance to get the Peking duck. But it was some of you might know the Mandarin restaurant. It's one of a kind, and it's in a little tiny. It's on the side of it was like a grocery store that later became like Gold's Gym or something. But it's this little tiny store that's been there forever. And it is the best, and probably the most expensive Chinese food I've ever eaten. But that's the only time. I went one time, and someone else paid. That's why I went. But
well, it's 5-star gets tough when you're trying to wrangle 6 mini recovering addicts, right?
Yeah,
I mean that gets pretty pricey.
Yes, six little RAs running around. That I guess that will start me off with my number 3 then. When you mention that, because with 6 kids, it's difficult to find a restaurant where there's something all of them will eat.
True.
And so
That'd be tough.
I'm probably going to have to sleep on the couch for this one as well. But I went with Golden Corral as my number 3. Not because any of the food is delicious or anything. Occasionally they have some good things, but there's always something that the kids will eat. In my family's case, it happens to be the ice cream. And it's like all you can eat self-serve ice cream, and that's what the kids eat. I can find something to browse and eat a few things as well, and it's good. And I've never gotten sick there, which is most important. That's important when I choose a favorite restaurant. It's how often I've regretted it the several days afterwards. So I'm going with Golden Corral as my number 3. What's your number 3?
Golden Corral. Wow. Before I hit my number 3, because I saw it in chat, so Bella said Lazy Flamingo. So she's down in, well, I won't say the city, but Florida. And I have seen this in a prior video with you before. I've eaten there as well when I was there on vacation. So we kind of have that. And so she put it in chat. Amazing. It's not in my top 3 just because I don't have access. But my top 3, actually, I find myself laughing at you with Golden Corral.
Why? What is your experience with the Golden Corral? Why is it so funny? I mean, knowing my situation with kids, I can't think of a better restaurant to take them to than somewhere where they can, fill up on all they can eat ice cream and sprinkles.
No, that's fair. So I guess my judgment comes from burnout. When I was playing hockey and you're on a bus for days and days, and the team is responsible for meals. So it's 25 players and 5 staff. We ate at Golden Corral in every town we could find. So it's just, I guess it's burnout for me. And then, you got a game the next night and half the roster's sick from Golden Corral. So I can't.
Okay, so yeah, getting sick from any restaurant does lower it in my book. That's one of the factors I do work into my calculation. So
yeah,
I can see that. Okay, so let's hear your 3 though. Your
yeah. So I kind of feel like the pot calling the kettle black here.
Okay.
Now that I recall mine, I'm going with my 3rd is Denny's, simply because of moons over my hammy.
Yeah,
you can't beat it. I think it's so amazing.
Denny's was an important part of growing up for me. That was, as soon as you really had your driver's license, one of the places you had to go was to Denny's, to drive to Denny's. So you could just order breakfast whenever you wanted it. And generally it was never breakfast time. It was usually like 3 a.m. or something like that when I'd go and just try to, get food just at weird hours. It was like, what do you want to do? We could always go to Denny's. That was an option.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always great in a pinch. If you're with a group, you can do moons over my hammy. You can do scrambled eggs. You can get a steak 24/7. It's awesome. And I see Samantha Terry says seafood is my favorite. I see food, I eat it.
Pretty much any restaurant is good then. That makes choices a lot easier when you're trying to figure out where to go for the night. I'm seeing a lot of choices in chat. Some really good choices as well. Wendy says Lone Star Ruby Tuesdays Cracker Barrel. I will tell you, one of you have pretty much almost nailed my list exactly, other than Golden Corral. And I realize the Golden Corral probably doesn't rank really high on most people's lists. I choose it for a unique reason. My number 2, though, was Chili's. But only for the chips and salsa. Only the chips and salsa. I would go there. I have gone there and just ordered chips and salsa to go. I mean, really, that's Chili's to go. It is a sit-down restaurant. When I was traveling as a outside salesman, I'd love to go eat at Chili's and sit down, and it was just keep the chips and salsa going. You can't have enough of that. It's fantastic. The chips are perfect. They're hot. They're fresh. The salsa is unbelievable. It was good. Now you can't say anything bad about Chili's. You know that, right?
I can't, because my number 2 is Chili's.
Yes. We got one right.
That's funny.
We got
one.
That's awesome. What was your reason for Chili's, though?
Southwest egg rolls.
I've never had that.
So it's an appetizer. They're shaped like an egg roll, but they're not a real egg roll. They have black beans and corn and some type of, I don't even actually know, to be honest. They don't even look great. They're a little suspect, but they are amazing. I don't even know if I've really had a full entree at Chili's. I think I've literally ordered every time. But yeah, it's Chili's, and I'm sad to report that I see Mutt Unfortunately, I made a comment earlier about a mall cop. He's like, I was a mall cop. And then in capitals, I get, I hate Denny's. So Mutt and I were friends. And now I think.
No, we're not. Is
Yeah,
that
I
what
think.
you're saying?
Yeah, I think I'm probably blocked, actually. He's not talking to me.
How long does it take to get from Virginia to Texas? I mean, if you really ticked him off, that's the number you need to know. Is how long do you have to run before he shows up?
If I know when he leaves, then I can run to keep going west. So we'll just, but no, I can't believe we both got Chili's for 2. That's fun.
That's awesome. So I'm looking at a couple others. I've never been to Mellow Mushroom. Texas Roadhouse is delicious. Let's see, Cracker Barrel, Chipotle. What's this one? Kobe Japanese. Sounds pretty good. I'm
Oh, yeah.
not very adventurous. I like seafood, but I'm not very adventurous when it comes to sushi. I like my California rolls because they're all cooked.
So not sushi.
So not sushi.
So
it
not
looks like
sushi.
sushi. I'll eat it with chopsticks. It has a rice in there. They roll it up. They chop in little slices. Put a little kimosabi on there. Wasabi, whatever it is. Kimosabi is like the chop guy, right? I don't know. Wasabi. I love the wasabi. But it's a little soy. But no. Don't give me anything raw.
Oh, we love sushi in this house. It's what's your number one?
My number one is Olive Garden, and also for a weird reason. I'm not huge on Italian, and I think they serve you 3/4 of a serving size every time you go to Olive Garden. Everything is just like a little bit too small for me. I guess I really like the food, so I want there to be a little more than what there is. But I like Olive Garden.
I know where you're going. The unlimited soup and salad.
Oh, you were so close. The unlimited fresh
breadsticks.
grated Parmesan.
Oh,
When they come over and they're like, "Would you like some Parmesan?" I'm like, "Yeah, hit me, keep it coming." And they're all cranking it, and it's like I'm not going to eat it all, right? But I just want to see how long I can get them to crank that little grater, and just until I've got more Parmesan than salad. And it's like, and I'll eat a lot of it. I do like cheese. I'm a big fan of cheese, and so that's a lot of fun. But I like it for the Parmesan, and the food's good, and usually the wait's not too bad. And they have the cool pager devices too that you carry around in your pocket. That's like a coaster,
Yeah.
and it just like buzzes.
little hockey puck.
And then you've got to sprint to the restaurant before they give your table away to someone else anyway. But it's always fun. What was your number one?
Well, before I jump with that, so I have to say a quick shout out to my dad, who I think tuned in tonight to watch. He's not in chat, but when we went to an Italian restaurant and they said fresh grated Parmesan, and he'd say, "Yes, please." And have you brought backup? Because he was still like you.
Just keep it coming. Keep it coming.
That whole that same boat. So I can actually relate to that. I love it. So my number one, which I'm excited because I've actually seen a bunch in chat, and you actually commented to it.
Okay.
Texas Roadhouse.
Texas Roadhouse.
It's Texas Roadhouse. It's so good. It's not the best steak in the whole world and all that, but it's a really good steak. And then there's cinnamon butter that you can spread on the rolls. And you can eat the peanuts. For those that haven't been there, you get shelled peanuts in a bucket. You crack them and you eat them while you're waiting, and you just chuck the shell on the floor. You don't have to collect, and they sweep it up. It's just awesome.
So
And then
my kids do that with all
if
the
it's
food. When anything they don't want just goes on the floor. But go on. Sorry, I digress.
fair enough. But then, for anyone who's ever pranked their friends at Texas Roadhouse or anywhere else for a birthday, they wheel up a saddle with a cowboy hat. You got to get out of your seat, sit on the saddle, put on the cowboy hat. They hoot and holler and yeehaw. And it's amazing. So that in itself is why I pick number one. It's awesome.
I can appreciate embarrassing people in public. Mrs. R.A., if you ask her, she'll tell you that there are times where we're at the store and I go one place and she goes somewhere else. And it's no secret that she does not carry a cell phone. She doesn't like carrying a cell phone. So I have a phone, but I can't reach her when I want to. And so instead of walking all over the store looking for her, I just yell Marco loud, like Marco, and then I keep yelling Marco until she's like, Polo, get over here. It's like that's our little beacon system. But she gets a little bit embarrassed about that. And she will not let me Even if, no matter how well I'm faking a limp, she will not let me use the electric carts at the grocery store. And I can fake a limp better than just about anybody. I'm like, I can get away with this. We can pull this off. You know, you can hop on and ride with me type thing, but she will not do it. She's like, nope, no.
Sounds like a good weekend.
Yeah.
I love it.
Cheap date.
Cheap date. We've got a couple comments. Stahl says to you and myself, was momentarily disowned for the Denny's take. However, it's been forgiven for the Southwest egg rolls and the steakhouse picks. And then we've got MB.
Grace, though.
Yeah, thank you for the forgiveness. And MB, I agree. I missed that point. Texas Roadhouse is also pretty affordable to other restaurants, especially steakhouses.
Yes, and that's rare. I went to a steakhouse in also while I was like a regional salesperson in Las Vegas, and I forget what it was, but it has like a golden cow outside on like a sign. I don't know the name of it, but that was unique.
Golden cow, golden corral.
It was similar, but it was like, I guess it was really high end, and it must have been good food because the lights were like almost off. I could barely see anything in there, but they gave us some amazing food. It tasted great. They did like a whole flaming flamme brûlée, whatever dessert. I was actually, because I was treating the crew that I was taking out. It was like it was the owner and like his foreman and the brother or something like that. $900 later, we paid the bill. And I'm like, I call my boss. I'm like, just FYI, I'm sending you this receipt, $900 for dinner. Yeah, we got the next job from them, but it's going to come out of the check here. But it was very good food. I liked the flaming ice cream, whatever it was. That was pretty neat as well.
Hoping the job from that customer was upwards of 900.
It was.
Okay, good.
I'm sure the boss says, good job. I got an attaboy for that one.
All right, good. Oh,
well, we've talked a little bit about food, so I guess I can't really stall much longer. I probably have to make good on my promise.
And everyone's been waiting for, and for those of you that are new this week that weren't here last week, we also did a food segment where I ran down really disgusting food combos, and one of them was an Oreo cookie with a pickle in that Oreo cookie sandwich. And as those that are here know, Scott is a professional pickle lover. So he has taken on the dare.
Spicy maple bourbon pickles.
To eat the Oreo.
With Oreos.
Cookie sandwich.
Because I have no water, I only have milk to wash it down. So if this is bad, I'm adding milk to pickle juice, which you can only imagine what that's going to be like.
No, I don't want to imagine.
I'm hoping they're not broken either, because they're easier to break apart.
This is amazing.
Oh, man. Should I take... can I make me full screen? Is that all right? You can keep commentating. I just want to show everybody...
Yes, please do.
Okay, so I'll switch.
Give the people what they want.
give the people the show they've asked for. Oh, man.
That's it.
I need to take a deep breath. No regrets, right?
Is this a double stuffed...
This is just a standard.
No regrets. You committed. Standard. Is this a double stuffed Oreo?
Double stuffed. You can hide a multitude of foods in double stuffed Oreos, but this is just a standard one. Let me go ahead and show you what I got.
That's what I would have done.
I'm going to spill milk on my computer. Is what's going to happen. So let me make some room here. Move the pickle there.
Is
mouse pad?
Is Katrina in chat? Yeah, Katrina. We need your standard.
Red Pen says all in one bite. So we're. Now I'm also going to be a heathen because I told you I was going to go get a fork, and guess what I didn't do during the mad rush to the kitchen when I got the milk? I did not get a fork, so I got to fish pickles out of the jar with my fingers. Not that I'm inept at that. I've done that for years, but now you know, which is different. So beautiful pickle here.
Thal says you only live once.
I'm going to go ahead and double this one up. So I'm going to have 2 cookies. Now we're going to have to take I've got to turn I'm going to spill is what's going to happen. This is going to be awful. Okay, turn off the autofocus. Got it. So now I can bring this right up to the camera and show you exactly what I'm dealing with. This is it right here.
Oh.
So we have...
No. No.
Yum. So we just take the top and put it right on the top like this. Oh, that's starting to look good already. And it smells wonderfully like pickles. I cannot smell the Oreos right now. Man, these are thick
Wait, did you make
pickles.
2?
I did. You know,
You're a glutton for punishment.
No one can have just one.
The deal was 1. What, did you make 2?
Am I sleeping next to the bathroom tonight, says JM. Yuck. Do it, says Thal.
Do you have a bucket ready, says Debbie?
It's gonna crumble is what it's gonna do, and I don't want like crumbs all over my keyboard and soundboard. So I really just have to take the whole thing at once, and and there's no going back. Once it's in the mouth, it can't come out. I think that's the rule of any try it once type thing.
Well, for the live stream's sake, I really hope it doesn't. So.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's not good. The smell up close with the Oreo combined with the pickle does not. It's not. It might be like those cheeses that really smell bad but taste good. That may be the case, but I'm not thinking that's
no
what
chance.
I have. No.
Is Mrs. R.A. nearby? For the record, just
no.
We don't have any
upstairs.
help.
I think she's upstairs. Okay, here we go.
Oh, all right.
Let's do number
3,
1.
2, 1. Down the chute. There's no way. There's no way. Thal is just going and going. Do it. Oh, you've got support in chat. You can do it. And you've got some people they're out. They've left.
They're dropping like crazy. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you, other than I cannot explain what is happening with my taste buds right now.
Neither can they. It's not terrible because he went back for number 2 right away. He just dove right back in, so he didn't hate it.
I'm going to hold off on the milk.
Yeah, good. Thank you. That's because that sounds awful.
But it's I'm trying to think of an analogy that will describe what is happening here. Imagine you have like a lighted keyboard that malfunctions and the lights are flashing all over the place. What's happening on my tongue? Like it can't register what is happening. So there's no consistent. You're feeling this flavor, right? It's like sweet, sour, pickle, sweet, and then the burn in the back of the mouth, and then the textures. Oh my goodness, the textures. I've got chunks of pickle. Maybe this is too much information, but holy
keep
cow.
going.
The burn is still there. Most of the Oreo is gone, but occasionally you get a little burst of Oreo flavor still. Wow. I would say this is not a life-changing event, okay? But I might remember this for the rest of my life. Let's see. Those were regular Oreos. I do have vanilla Oreos. If we want to try the other one, let me just
Eileen says, Scott, you gonna try it with vanilla?
I might try one with vanilla. This was the craziest. It wasn't good. Don't get me wrong. It was not good. I'm thinking like on the scale, I'd say 2 out of 10 maybe. Do not recommend. Is deep down.
That's not good. 2 out of 10's terrible.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I'll admit that. But the experience is remarkable. Now I get to be on camera with Oreo black teeth. Thank you, Katrina, for that visual. And then I'll probably get screenshots of that will be sent to the burner phone for quite a while. 2 out of 10. Solid 2 out of 10, Red Pen. I'm going to go ahead. I've heard that vanilla goes better with maple than chocolate and maple. So I'm going to fish in the jar one more time. I'm only going to do a single. I don't think I'll do a double of the this is a nice healthy pickle as well. This is good.
The dare was 1, and he's going on cookie pickle sandwich number 3.
So here's what we've got right here. This is the vanilla. Sorry. And it looks pretty tasty.
No, it doesn't.
They're shaped right. They're meant to go together in some world. Just the flavors are wrong. They're so wrong. Okay, there we go.
Well,
Wait. Time to cleanse the palate first. How do you do this? Do I have to gargle and swish? And no, that's the wine taste.
Not with milk. I can't believe you said the goat. A manhole cover is circular in
The
motion.
milk does not make it better. It's don't recommend the milk at all. That's a 0 out of 10 on the. I really need some water.
I regret this dare immediately.
All right, we'll do the other one. Vanilla. See if it's any better.
No chance. Please, you can't say like this is good. No, that face says it's not good. Okay.
It's not good either.
No.
I would definitely say it's definitely not good, but I'd go 4 out of 10. It's much the vanilla is much a milder flavor than the chocolate. The chocolate of the Oreo, the traditional Oreo cookie, has a stronger flavor, and that's what really makes the tongue sort of reset between what am I tasting? Is it the spicy maple bourbon? Is it that, or is it the cream or the cookie? MB says, please dunk your Oracle in the milk. You want me to put the pickle in the milk? I can't, no. MB, I can't. I think it's actually illegal. Okay, wherever you got these recipes, Thomas, it's a no-go. Sell the book, burn it if you have to. That is not good. I would not do either. As a matter of fact, the vanilla one is getting worse by the second as it sort of marinates.
So the chat's going wild. So I got an idea. I just put the burner phone number in chat.
Okay.
Everyone in chat text the burner phone on a crazy food combo, and Scott will try one every Friday night episode.
Oh, man.
So y'all just text that burner phone with a crazy food. Keep it simple because you got to do it at his desk. But I think we're onto a segment here. He's willing to do it. Let's just keep it going.
I have no water, and I need to cleanse the palate, so I have to do the milk. I know what's coming, but I have to do it anyway. So,
Myra, thank you for the super chat. 499 says one of you must try crunchy peanut butter, which I love crunchy peanut butter with cream cheese. I do love cream cheese. Cream cheese on one slice, PB on the other, please. All right, I tell you what. Scott, you took one for the team here.
Thank you. It's not my turn, right? Not my turn.
Next Friday's podcast, Myra, I will try that food combo. I've never had it, and it sounds a million times better than a spicy maple bourbon pickle and an Oreo.
So crunchy peanut butter with cream cheese on one slice, peanut butter on the other.
Yeah. Myra, what kind of toast? Wheat, white, honey oat? Does it matter?
I was thinking like a celery stick or something.
Oh, let's try crunch. Oh, yeah, she didn't say it's on toast. I was going to do it on
maybe it's just a spoonful. I think she meant you needed like a large serving spoonful.
No.
Myra, back me up on this one.
No.
I'm pretty sure it was a huge scoop of one and the huge scoop of the other combined.
No. I'm pretty sure she said to try it on a Thomas English muffin.
All right.
That's what she said. That's what it is.
Oh, man.
Oh, right. You're a trooper for trying that.
I will tell you.
But holy mackerel.
That was not good. And I've lived a lot of places. I've been a lot of places where I've eaten food that was not good. I can tell you stories that would turn your stomach as to what I've had to eat while I've visited different places. Won't do that obviously because I'm already right on the verge myself, so I don't want to push myself over the limit. But I can muscle through a lot of stuff. Heat is a little different. The one chip challenge. You're not going to see me doing that. I would die basically. That's what would happen. But I've had some pretty bad stuff, but I would not recommend this to anybody. It's definitely a no. And the longer it goes, the sort of worse it gets. Like I was almost in shock when it first occurred, and now my tongue is sending the signals that it should have had, and they're all bad. And the milk made it worse. So, but thank you for that. I appreciate that, and I'm looking forward to you next week having a great one.
It won't be bad, I think. And I agree. Samantha Terry called me out. She says, yeah, Thomas, I think you got off kind of easy on that one, in my opinion. That's why I jumped on it, because it doesn't sound terrible. because the next suggestion is going to be worse, and then it's going to be Scott's turn. So
strategy. You've got a strategy in play. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely. TW coming in, gifted membership, and Bill Martin swooped that one up.
Bill, congratulations. Awesome. Welcome. Thank you, TW, for that as well. That is just awesome. And Myra as well says, yay, you love it. No, it's on white toast. Okay, so you've got to follow you got to do white toast.
White Texas toast.
Okay, it's got to be Texas. I'll concede. Well, I'll concede that point.
That much bread's going to soak up everything, so if I don't like it, it's good. Oh, well, here's the kicker, too. We have to settle this. I don't have to eat the whole shebang. I'll do 3 large bites to equal your cookies.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
That's fair. I'm not, I don't feel
what is this show turning into?
I don't know. It's, I'm hoping it's not good, really, because I'd like you to have an equal experience to mine. I'd hate to see that you had an inferior experience in your food testing as far as variety goes. So apparently Myra says it's great.
I will lie.
You'll lie. Either way, I'm going to feel cheated when this is over. Oh, man. Well, all right. That was pretty bad.
That was bad. But speaking of odd and a bad experience.
Yes.
Segue into another article, because everyone knows we like to cover goofy articles.
Yes, and this one comes from Red Pen. Red Pen, thank you very much for this article. Sent me this story, and I'm trying to remember where it. I have to switch screens here so I can see where it came from. I forgot the location. Oh no, I closed it. Come back. Where were you? Right there.
Katrina, Scott, and Thomas, and the Double Dog Dare show. That's good.
New name. Yeah. This is out of the U.S. in Iowa. This is out of Iowa.
A lot of news in Iowa lately.
A care facility, like a retirement home type care facility, is taking some heat because they sent one of their patients to the morgue before she was dead.
Oh no! How does one make that mistake?
I don't know. Shortly before the body bag was zipped up, I don't know. They just didn't do the check right. They said they checked her.
They didn't do the armpit test.
No armpit at all. It was, or if they did, the armpit test would have told them for sure that she was still alive. So they stuck her in the body bag. Well, when she got to the morgue, the mortuary, they unzip her. They received the new shipment, and she's like, hey, thanks for getting me out of that type of thing. And they're like, Houston, we have a problem. They had already started the paperwork for her death certificate, and that's one of the things that's really difficult to actually fix. It's very easy to be recorded as dying. I mean, if you pass away, the government can take that information and it starts the ball rolling in a bunch of different fields on government paperwork. It's very hard to come back to life on government papers. Once you're dead, it's like we don't have a process for bringing people back from the dead category in our spreadsheet. Once you're there to stay. But
there can't be many policies, right, in their employee handbook for that one?
No.
How do you re-alive somebody? I mean, she's in the morgue. She's already got tag on toe, right? Getting wheeled in. Wow. Long nap, I guess.
Yeah. But I'm glad they found her and sent her back. Sad news is she was very near her end of life. She did pass away shortly thereafter, within a week or so. But I'm not sure if she would have lived a lot longer had she not been zipped up in a body bag for a while. So maybe lawsuits coming there. Who's got the sound effect? There's a lawsuit. That would be a good time. Michelle Johnson.
There it is, Michelle.
Yep. There's a lawsuit. I think the sound effect works still. I'm not sure. I think I left it on. Anyway, that's one for the record books. I'm not going to put that down as my preferred stay when I need care towards my golden years. I don't want to go to Iowa for that reason.
Yeah, no, I think that's wild. I can't imagine. I can't imagine the family too and how they felt and thought about anything like that. But
yeah, they were notified. They were notified initially when she passed, and then they.
There's a lawsuit.
That was obviously that's not a fun call to make. But how do you make the follow-up call? False alarm. It's like
psych.
Hey, we've got good news and bad news.
Wow.
Oh man. So now she's classified as a zombie, says Katrina. But
That's crazy. Oh, so that was from Red Pen?
yes, that was Red Pen. Thank you, Red Pen, for sending that in on the burner phone. Appreciate you sending those. So you guys, you're all welcome to send in weird stories you've seen throughout wherever they happen. And if your story is selected, we'll obviously give you a shout out and give you credit for that. So thank you very much, Red Pen.
That's awesome. So following that trail with viewer Collins, we've got one from Sunny Florida Mom sent this one in. And it's actually kind of cool because it's not the same, but I can relate with the town I live in. So it's actually the world's shortest commercial flight.
How
So you
long?
think about flights. My town driving distance, I'm 2 hours north of Dallas. It takes us, I forget how long. Not very long, like 38 minutes from air to touchdown,
Oh,
right? Not
that's fast.
taxi anything.
I was thinking my shortest flight's like Salt Lake to Phoenix was a quick one for me.
What is that, like an hour?
I think it's like less than 2. I think.
Okay.
At least it seemed pretty fast.
So it's short. So this flight, now it technically on paper, it says it's a 2-minute flight.
2
But-
minutes. Can you take off in that time? That's crazy.
What's crazier is it's reported when the weather conditions are proper, which I'm a fan of, and the wind is right. It's a 47-second flight.
Holy cow! That's just
So-
taxiing down. Is it like from? Is there like
Yeah,
a
it's
little
from-
gap in the runway you're going over, and then you land on the other side again?
Actually, you're spot on. It's between 2 islands, right? So
Okay.
this is from liftoff to touchdown. I'm going to resort back to the article itself just because this is not here local. I'm still going to butcher the names, but I want to be able to read them.
Go for it.
So this is between the Orkney Islands, Westray, and Papa Westray. It's just north of Scotland.
I was going to say that. Where is that at? Just north of Scotland. Okay, so it's heavy accent country.
Yes. So it's 1.7 miles and 2.7 kilometers apart.
What would be the cruising altitude of that flight? Do you think? It's like 30 feet. Is that about right?
I was going to say.
Just above
yeah.
the waves.
Just whatever the surf's like that day. So if the surf's at like 10 feet, you're just going at 20. I don't really know. So the flights originally started off for like officials, healthcare. There's some other verbiage in there that I'm not familiar with. Scottish National Health Services, Council Education Service, things like that. They have opened passenger flights. They go a couple times a week. They did this later on for tourists. A couple times a week. It's like $30 a flight for people to hop on. And I don't know how many seats. It looks like to be 8 or 12. Turboprop, above wing plane. Logan Air is who runs that one. But
That's
I think
crazy.
that's
I wonder
super cool.
if it's like equal time to go by boat. If you save any time,
Penning
going
the
by air
boat,
than
yeah.
by boat, because it's the distance is so short. I mean, it's almost. I mean, it's. Is it quicker to get off at the dock or at the runway?
Yeah.
Man.
I was really curious and I couldn't find, I'm sure I could find a way to extrapolate and do some math, but the cost per flight, I would really like to know. How much does it cost on a full airplane to get that airborne down landed in 2 minutes? Or even the 40-second one with a tailwind, make it down?
Yeah.
I just think that's pretty cool. But why I thought the story was really neat.
Mm-hmm.
And Sunny Florida Mom, thank you for throwing that one in there. It's really fun.
Thank you, Sunny Florida Mom. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So the town I live in actually has the world's smallest skyscraper. And I don't live in a major city, in a big metroplex by any means. I mean, we have over 100,000 people, but that accounts for a military base in this town.
Okay.
But it's legitimately the world's smallest skyscraper. So if anyone in chat starts to Google it, they're going to know where I live. So be easy on me. And so the reason it's literally like a 3-story building, and it's almost shaped to scale like a shoebox on end. But the drawings were done to be a skyscraper, but the scales were off. So it's like this needs to be 3 feet, and then they built it like half a foot. So it was actually deemed by city ordinance and awarded certificate of a skyscraper being built. And when they're done,
But
they
you
all
can see the
sat
top
back.
of it from other from other
Yeah, I
structures.
can jump and see in the second floor.
You can leap over tall buildings in a single bounce in your town.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Oh,
I
my
actually
goodness.
I learned this a few years back from someone else in town, one of my friends, and I thought, no. And I looked up, and it's real deal. World's smallest skyscraper here in this little tiny North Texas town. It's pretty fun.
Thomas, I forgot. I had promised Debbie that I was going to show a picture of you and Matthew. And I didn't ask you, but here it is. So you guys had asked.
Yeah.
Matthew comes on the live stream quite a bit. Let's see if I can take this off here. Apparently I can't. So
There
you
we
can
are.
see the whole picture, so we can show the hat here. There we go. There it is, Debbie. That's the picture of Thomas and Matthew. They both exist. They're not the same person. So.
Two different people. So it's actually fun for those that are watching. Matthew and I live maybe 3.5 hours or so apart. He was traveling through my town. This is I think this is Christmas Eve potentially.
I was going to say, is that a skyscraper there in the background?
No, that's actually a really big one for our town. No. But so yeah, we agreed to meet up, and the sole purpose was we had both been guests on the channel, so it'd be cool to meet, but also we were, as silly as this is, as adults, we need to get a selfie for RA.
Nice.
So that's
It was
there we are.
awesome. I think you two were officially the first people from the channel to meet in real life, like that met on the channel to meet in real life. I know we've got some other people that have formed connections and are writing and have mailed things back and forth and things like that. But I thought that was cool. That just able to connect a little bit.
We thought it was super cool, and we both talked about it, and I know we shared it with you as well. That he and I would never have met if it wasn't for you and your channel and what you've put on, and a comfortable place to be and hang out, and so it was actually really neat. Otherwise, we'd never meet, and so we text from time to time, and it's cordial. And when I need an attorney, I got one.
That's awesome. Cass says love the red shoes too. So those were great.
Fun.
Now Katrina says, okay, now show us the picture of Thomas and the suspect sketch again. I don't have that one saved right here, but that was funny from that trial where there were some similarities. I'll just say, do you have an alibi? You know where you were at the time of the crime? Oh man.
I put Matthew on retainer after that was published right away.
Probably a smart move.
Yeah. Thanks to Adam Nusky for putting that one together. If he's still in chat some earlier, he's the one that comprised that side by side, which is actually really, really funny.
They have such great talent. I love some of the stuff they come up with. We have one more segment we want to cover, and this is a fun one. This is the overrated, underrated. And I want you to go first this time.
It gets dicey.
I want you to go first. I'm not sure which one you're going to start with, over or under. But for those that don't know, overrated and underrated, we just pick things that we think are either, don't get as much attention as they deserve, or get way too much attention, and probably could use a lot less. And so,
all right,
go ahead, hit us with the first one.
All right, I'm going to start with my underrated, and I see Adam says he's here, and because his comment earlier in chat for his photography, this is so cool how this all kind of lines up. So last week I did underrated was RA's channel, because it's just growing and it doesn't get enough traction. Well, I didn't do it intentionally, just where I went. I picked another YouTube channel. And this channel is fairly stationary. It's observation. For those who love birds, specifically bald eagles, this channel is the most underrated thing you'll ever see. This is a live shot that you're watching in Big Bear, California, of an eagle cam put on by friends of BigBearValley.org. So you're looking at a live kind of bald eagle. It doesn't always look like this.
It looks like it's frozen to death, Thomas. It looks like it took a turn for the worse. This last time I checked, when you gave me this link to pull up, there was a nest in the picture, and now there's like a snowdrift. There's it. I mean, I can barely see that the shape of the bird itself.
Just a vanilla donut.
Yeah. Are they okay?
So for those that care, this is an eagle pair. It's Jackie and Shadow, and they rotate roughly 4 hours each or so because they are on top of 2 eggs. So this channel, people tune in, and it's crazy. Thousands and thousands just watch. It's on 24/7. So I check in the mornings and the evenings, and I'm not a bird watcher per se, but I found it and I just thought it was really neat. So the good thing is I looked up a couple facts. I'm not an animal or bird expert by any means, but I was curious. So bald eagles have over 7,000 feathers, and their internal temperature is 105 Fahrenheit. So they're built for this. And their greatest populace is in Alaska. So they're supposedly fine. And I learned that they lay on average 1 to 3 eggs. They are currently incubating 2 at this time. And that's about as far as they go. But I think it's really underrated because it's cool. And because this is in Big Bear, which those that don't know, it's on the kind of central to southernish part of California. If they have full sun tomorrow, a ton of that snow off the top of that nest is going to melt and go away and be there. But it's crazy, but it's super cool.
That is awesome. I love wildlife cams, and this particular camera, I'm a bit of a tech nerd, and this camera is phenomenal. The nighttime image is incredible. The daytime image is absolutely unbelievable. And it can pan around and look at different locations. It's just an awesome stream. You are not kidding. Right now, 8,000 people are watching this live stream on the YouTube channel. Right now, 8,000 people. I just checked. It is unbelievable. Oh, look, he's moving. He's waking up. Shh, be quiet. You're waking him up.
Just tune into the show. Yeah, it's fun. And the females are typically larger than the males. When they're out feeding and they're getting their prey, whatever, they can carry roughly 30% of their body weight. Let's see here. Scott, can you see? Well, let me get you here. Denise says what channel. I can probably pull it up real quick unless you can draw it from your...
yeah, just 1 second.
I've got it right here.
Switch it right here.
So, Denise, it's FOBBV space cam.
I'm going to put
That's the channel that shows it.
I'm going to try to put it in chat here.
Oh, cool.
Of course, it won't let me do that. That would be too easy.
Oh, I can do it.
Do
Because I forget that I'm... Yeah, I'll drop it in chat right here.
That is
so
that
right
is
there
awesome.
in chat, it's the channel. It's pretty cool. It's crazy.
Click on it while it's on the screen. You can't click on the one on the screen. You have to actually click on the one in chat. Unfortunately, that's just the way YouTube works. But that's awesome. When are the eggs gonna hatch? Is it soon? I mean, are the chicks gonna wake up to full blown blizzard in California, or maybe some sunny weather here soon?
I hope not, because I get more snow this weekend. But I watched, again, I'm by no means an expert with the Eagles or anything like that. And maybe Adam can even chime in if he knows anything about this pair. Last watch, they were targeting the 18th of February.
Okay.
So I don't know how that works with birds, how early or how late, and what that works with. So, but I know there's a ton of fans. They have a chat as well. People are in it.
That's awesome.
But it's wild. But I think it's just super cool. So I think it's an underrated
Definitely
thing.
underrated.
100%.
I'm on board there. Do you want me to do my underrated, or do you want to go with your overrated first?
No, I don't want to sour the mood. I want you to go with your underrated too, so we keep spirits high.
Underrated. This is something that I think is really there should be a lot more of, and that is dad jokes. They get such a bad rap, and I say that facetiously. I mean, there's a pun in there, and you'll see why. But they get such a bad rap. The dad jokes really make the world go round. There's any level of comedy is sort of built off dad jokes, and then they go from there. They are always appropriate in almost any setting because dads can get away with just about any type of joke. They're real knee slappers. They're fantastic. We have some of the best dad joke tellers in chat. That I mean, this is
true.
It's like the one step up from a dad joke would be like lawyer jokes, right? And we get a lot of those as well. But dad jokes are completely underrated. They're worth studying, practicing, and using in scenarios where you think you wouldn't. Serious scenarios, funerals, they're all appropriate. You can use them just about anywhere. That's my underrated. I'm going with dad jokes.
So we got to call you out. What's a good dad joke?
I don't know any. Oh man, no. I shared one today that why did the scarecrow get a promotion? Because he was outstanding in his field.
Yeah. You got one.
I got one. That's all. That's all I can do on short notice. Lots of dads in chat, or just
we got to find one.
T-Rocks. Let's see if there's a good dad joke. If you have a good dad joke, now is the time to go ahead and drop it in chat. We'll read a few of them off here and see how they go.
It's got to be one.
Let's see, lots of dads in chat. My favorite dad joke, says Katrina, it fits this channel. Why don't cops like to work hillbilly murders? Because you can't get dental records and the DNA is all the same. Oh, double zing. Oh, Katrina, that is terrible. You're absolutely...
Shots fired.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
That's pretty good. Let's see if there are any others that come in that are good. We've got to give them some time to type here, so we have to stall for just a minute.
Oh, man. I've got a colleague. He's got some great ones. It's awesome.
Yeah, T-Rox is saying, wait, does that mean you're not a good dad? I could do better on the dad joke side. Oh, Tara. I'm not sure if I can click on this one, Tara. What time is it?
I get it.
It's after 10. Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay, no more submissions. Oh wow.
Oh, Mac. Even no, I can't. We can't do that one.
Where I didn't see Max. You're getting
It's close.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Oh boy.
Okay. Weather watch.
Some things can just turn dark quick.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, all right. Before we break into our overrated.
Yeah.
Adam, great question.
What's that?
Am I going to share the screen grab I got of you earlier?
You got a screen grab of me?
So, oh yeah, it's a good one. It's actually really nice and lighthearted.
Okay. I think I've got sharing turned on. I think I did that earlier.
Perfect.
Maybe I didn't, but I hope so.
We're about to find out real quick. You did.
First, tell me where did you get a screenshot of me? What is this? What am I about to see?
Oh, you see, it's awesome. Here we go. Boop.
Okay, let me take you full screen here so we can see what it is here.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Right there. Okay, this is me kissing the avatar of my wife's chat when she finally after all these months decided to go ahead and subscribe to the channel and was promptly gifted a membership. She says thanks for welcoming me. So I tried to blow her a kiss. It was difficult to do that, but there's me puckering up for her. That was perfect timing because that happened for like a split second, Thomas, and then you grabbed it. So that is
got him.
I'm impressed. They're able to grab those the way you are. That's funny.
And for those that don't know, I have about 20 screen grabs of RA. Actually, I do. I'm looking at it right now. 20 that I'm going to make a big collage that's going to, it'll end up on Discord or somewhere eventually. Absolutely.
I'm sure it will. Yeah. Thanks for that, Thomas. Can always count on you. You're a real friend, man. Christy Busby, thank you so much for becoming a member for the second month. Thank you. Appreciate it. You look absolutely gorgeous in that aqua color with your courthouse next to you. That is great. Thank you very much. Appreciate the support.
Love it. All right. We're an hour and a half in. We have one. Well, we have to finish our final segment.
We both have to do our overrateds.
Our overrateds,
yes.
Which, as we know, these are not popular.
No, and they should be less popular than they are, quite honestly.
Yeah, right.
Okay, go ahead with yours first.
I'll go with mine. So my most overrated topic is expensive sunglasses.
Oh, that's a good one.
As a kiddo, I was one of the cool stuff, right? And whatever cool, and it always costs a little bit more money. And my dad is very logical. He's like, son, you want these sunglasses? They're XYZ dollars. They're going to fall off your face. You're going to lose them, especially as a child, right? Going to lose them.
Were they Ray-Bans? What was the brand when you were a kid?
No, they were Oakley for me as a kid.
Right, Oakley's. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good brand.
So see, I love this segment. Red Pen's like, all right, I got to cut out of here. Like people, no, so I will say I do own a pair of Oakleys that they're nice, right? But when you wear those type of glasses, like to the lake or skateboarding or whatever, as a kid I wanted to, but as I became a little bit older, I was like, you know what? All right, I get it. I will wear a pair of gas station sunglasses 95% of the time, because when I break them, when I lose them, when I scratch them, they were $9.99, not $99.99, or not $200. Yeah. So don't get me wrong. I understand that a nice, expensive pair of sunglasses, the polarized, they're great, they're comfortable. Yeah. I do get that. But I
just saw some action, so I thought I'd bring that on really quickly. See the eggs in there. Oh,
love it
under the snow.
See, it's just so cool watching nature do their thing. I don't know. It's just but so yeah.
Okay, so the oops, sorry, I made us all go away. Let's try that. So the polarized glasses. It's funny you should mention that, because as a metal detectorist on the beach, one of the things I find more than anything is glasses, and high-end glasses.
A lot of money down the drain.
Yes, and they are perfect until I hit them with my shovel.
Oh,
and I destroy almost every single pair I found. But I do have a nice pair of like Maui Jims. I think those are pretty good that I found on the beach with metal detecting. Maui Jim all the way, glass lenses. Yes, they're right there. I'd rather be day working. I've got some Maui Jims that I got metal detecting. I still wear them. I keep them in my car. But I've never spent any money on like more than like $10 on a pair of sunglasses myself.
I used to, but I don't anymore. Fun fact, though, when we talk about polarized glasses, as a pilot, you cannot wear polarized sunglasses.
Seriously? So the aviator-style glasses are not polarized?
Because the electronics, the way the polarization works, it blacks out your systems. I learned that because I went partially through pilot school, and that was one of the things I talked about. Now, this has been years ago, so they might have changed it, but it wasn't that long ago. It's if anyone... I'm trying to think of an example. If anyone's ever been in a car that has a heads-up display where it projects the miles per hour of the windshield above your dashboard while you're driving, if you put on polarized glasses, it goes away. Same concept for instruments in an airplane with polarized glasses. So pilots aren't to wear polarized glasses.
Do you have time for a quick story about polarized?
Is it a polarizing story?
It's a polarizing story.
Okay.
I used to take calculators apart, and calculators have a little polarized filter over it. And you can actually take it and flip it over, and then instead of having a white screen with black letters, you have a black screen with white letters. But
Could I do that with this one?
Yes, you can. If it's got screws on the back, you can take it apart. There's a little filter on top of the screen, and you can make it. You can reverse the colors. But if you have somebody else's calculator, what was really fun to do is just open it up and take the filter out altogether, and then put it back together, and then you can't see anything. So I've done that a time or two. Really fun. And I've got another one we'll share about finding a stolen car in the water with polarized glasses. I'll share that some other time. But it's a real thing. I love it. It's a real thing. Polarization.
That's funny. And real quick before we dive to yours, Rando, exactly right. I fish a lot and wear polarized glasses exclusively. So
it's a must.
I'm a big fisher too. Yeah, especially when you're sight fishing. Regular sunglasses, you can't see them. But when you're in the shallows, you do polarized. You can see 3 to 5, depending on water clarity. You can see where fish are bedding and where they're at, and that's where you're going to pitch to.
You can even see ditched cars in lakes. That's what I do.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, that's awesome. That's really cool. Okay, so my very last one, my overrated, and somebody might hate me for this, but I'm going to go with rap music.
Ooh, overrated is rap music.
Myra comes in and says, I'm sorry, I'm completely overrated is men who wear shades inside a nightclub. Why?
With rap music.
With the rap music. Thank you very much, Myra. I think anyone who wears the shades inside, it's a little bit overkill. I appreciate your support, Myra. That's an amazing one. I go with my rap music. Fun background as well. When I was in high school, I actually took a class called Gang Awareness.
Gang, Gang.
G-A-N-G. Gang Awareness.
Oh.
That's like we're in the middle of nowhere. We didn't know of any gangs around us, but we wanted to learn about them, so we had to study about gangs in Compton and stuff. So all we did for class is we sat around and listened to rap music, and then dissected it, by the words. So like, oh, when he's saying bust a cap and this, right, he's talking about it, and so we would translate. And we were like, okay, so now we can listen to the music and we actually hear what the gang speak and what they're talking about. And it was interesting. I mean, I can sing along to the best of some of the Eminem songs and things out there. I've listened to just about everything, but now as a live streamer, rap music, especially in car stereos that are booming, that shake my 1915 windows while I'm live streaming, it's completely overrated. I think people need to stop listening to this loud music, especially when they're driving by my house.
Well, yeah, and you're you've got traffic nearby as well.
Yep.
So anything at a high decibel, it's just banging into your house. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So I'll share this since no one knows it. My unpopular opinion, but my dad just texted me. Oh, it went away. Rap and music, oxymoron.
I'm seeing a couple. Carol Martin says, I agree. To me, rap isn't music. It's like speaking rhyme to a beat. If that, a lot of times it's run through an auto tuner where they're not even speaking on the right note, and it's just programmed after the fact and completely adjusted to 80s Music Man his agrees. Laura, crap music, I agree, says Red Pen. Melissa, I think I hit a commonality with a lot of you guys here.
I wonder, is Daryl Brooks' rap video copyrighted? Because that's just...
This is awful. Oh, my goodness.
Golden.
It was awful. I can't believe they showed that in his trial, at least briefly.
Oh, heavens.
That's crazy. Well, that was crazy. On that note, I think we can end. We've got our own music to play. That's not crap. Is there anything else you wanted to cover before we go ahead and say goodnight for another week? We've got the weekend ahead of us. Little rest and relaxation for almost everybody. I'm not one of those everybody. I'm going to be working my tail end off tomorrow. But
that's fair. No, I will throw one last quick weather plug.
Yeah, what's
just because that's what I got to do before I go. So Sunday afternoon, evening, and late night for those in North Texas, West Central and kind of North Central Oklahoma and Southern Kansas. That's a good time to be weather aware. Severe weather threats are going to be heavy thunderstorms, straight line winds, large hail, and tornadoes are possible. So just keep an eye on your local weather. Again, that's Sunday afternoon, late evening, and night. So that's the only weather plug I'll give there. But outside of that, fun show, Scott.
It was a lot of fun.
Enjoy doing it with you. It's so much fun. And chat, everyone here tonight, great comments, great recommendations, great feedback. You guys make it so much fun. That's why this hour and 40 minutes for me felt like we are here for 30 minutes max.
It's been a blast. Creative B comes in and says old school rap is okay. Are you talking like Beastie Boys? Because I'm with you 100%. That's
Brass Monkey. Monkey.
Yeah, good stuff. Salt and Pepper, good Beastie Boys, says Rowdy right there. Big shout out to everybody. We had Red Pen, Sunny Florida Mom, LW, everybody who shared a story with us that got selected. Thank you very much. We'd love for you to send more stories in for next week. If your story does get selected, of course, you're going to get a shout out on the air as we share it with everybody else. So if you see a news story that you just think would fit perfectly in the podcast, go ahead and you can shoot it to the burner phone. You can shoot it. I think they can reach you through Discord as well on the Gavel Drops page. We're probably going to set up a new burner phone just for this that we both have access to. But anyway, until then, use the usual methods to contact us, and we'll take a look at those. I think that's it. Anything else?
Nothing. Everyone have an enjoyable, safe weekend. Enjoy your time off from work. And as Scott says, give a hug to your loved ones.
Yep.
Make somebody smile.
Awesome. Thank you so much. As I frantically try to get the right picture pulled up so we can actually have an outro here. One day I'll be prepared, and this will all be seamless, but today is not that day. Thomas, thanks again. Thanks to everybody in chat.